and you close your eyes and drift off to sleep at night, something quite phenomenal happens. For about 2 hours every night, you become immersed in a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that become your new reality. When you dream, it's like you're magically dropped into a whole other world. And then when you wake up, if you remember anything at all, it's usually fragmented and blurry. And even as you try to put together what happened, the memories slip through your fingers like sand. In many ancient religious texts, dreams are a place for divine revelation, a place where God can talk to you. In 19th and 20th century psychology, scholars saw dreams as a window into the unconscious, full of symbols that could be decoded to reveal repressed desires or hidden conflicts. Sigmund Freud wrote a lot about dream symbols. The person as a whole, Freud said, is often represented by a house. Beloved people are jewels or treasures. Parents appear as monarchs or other highly respected persons. Children are small animals or vermin. Birth is water. Death is a journey. And pretty much everything else, according to Freud, is about sex. Almost every long or upright object can represent the penis. Sticks, umbrellas, trees, or penetrating objects like knives, swords, or firearms. Freud also felt that the penis was represented by faucets, fountains, telescopes, collapsible pencils, balloons, airplanes, missiles, rockets, and the number 3. Freud saw female sexuality in dreams as represented by basically any space capable of being filled by something, from caves and jars to suitcases, pockets, and even shoes. fun as it is to see a penis and a collapsible pencil, Freud's work was a revolution in understanding the role of the unconscious in the human mind. And all his particular symbolic archetypes aside, it certainly does feel like dreams tell us something about ourselves. When I was young, 11 or 12, I had a series of dreams where I was being chased. Sometimes it was a serial killer or a government assassin. But most of the time, it was zombies. I was old enough to know technically zombies didn't exist, but I still found the prospect of them absolutely horrifying. These creatures, soulless and single-mindedly driven to consume flesh. In the dreams, I ran from them in a desperate, panicking dread. But no matter how hard I ran, I just couldn't make headway. The zombies were always right behind me. Eventually, the terror and despair would overwhelm me, and I would just stop running. I just couldn't handle it anymore. And I would rather die and let the zombies tear me apart than endure another minute of fear. And then right as the zombies were about to mount me, their bony fingers clawing, their mouths open, I would wake up. I often wondered what this dream meant about me, the series of dreams. Why would I just give up like that? Was the dream telling me that my tolerance for stress was lower than my instinct for survival? That I possessed a certain spinelessness that would lead me to crumble the moment that things felt hard? I felt kind of ashamed of how quickly I gave up. Another more compassionate analysis I considered was that my waking mind, somehow still loosely aware of the dreaming experience I was having, was guiding me. And it knew that the only way to save me from the pain and delusion of the dream was for me to wake up. I'll never pin down an ultimate meaning, but this dream definitely stayed with me for a while. Have you had dreams like that? That felt especially significant? Maybe where you had a premonition? Or a dream that felt like a riddle, where the answer could shed light on something important? When you bring up that dream now, what does it feel like in your body to remember it? What do you think it means? of the current scientific theories around dreams are that they're there for us to learn to navigate in novel situations or to help us to process trauma. Some say dreams are simply a result of random neural activity in the brainstem and our imaginations just running wild to make meaning of it. The exact why of dreams may never be known. But what happens to us when we dream is worth some real consideration. When we dream, a whole 3D world appears before us. It may be similar to our world in most ways, or it may take on an exaggerated or bizarre form. We might fly. Objects and locations might morph or blend into each other. And despite this disruption in the continuity of physics and our psychology, we are totally unsurprised to find ourselves in this new world. We don't even notice the transition. And no matter how illogical or strange the dream world may be, we believe in it deeply enough that it can cause us fantastic pleasure or terrible suffering. It's kind of amazing the level of acceptance we have, considering our minds are just making it all up, right? And when we wake up, of course, we realize it was all just a dream, just a moment by moment projection of the mind. Now we're awake, we're so much more sensible. Now we know what's real. But when we fall asleep again, we'll be convinced again by the reality of the dream world. Over and over again, we fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker. If we're that easily swindled by the dream world, could it be that we're being taken in now while we think we're awake? Even when we're awake, all our sensory input is processed and organized by our minds and then reconstructed for us as experience. And our experience is framed and infiltrated by emotions and thoughts in ways that affect how we see reality. So could it be that our waking perceptions are more like dreams than we realize? Maybe it's all dreams within dreams within dreams. Maybe one day we'll wake up from this dream that we think is reality. Or maybe this dream will only end when we die, and the world as others perceive it continues. but our personal world disappears as completely and irrevocably as the world of last night's dream. Now, there is a state of being that is wiser to the seductive reality of the dream, that can see the dream for what it is. You've probably heard, maybe you've even had experiences of lucid dreaming, where you become aware that you're dreaming while you're still asleep. But what if we could become more lucid while we're still awake? We all have those situations in life that cause us stress or suffering. Something we might even call a fucking nightmare, even though we're wide awake. Could it be that in these situations, our imaginations are converging with reality in a way that makes the whole thing worse? Could there be a dream overlaid on our reality that we could wake from? What if we could bring more lucidity to our areas of difficulty and maybe make them and our whole lives a little less nightmare prone? Let's try it out. Right now, I invite you to call to mind a situation that you struggle with. Something from your life that's challenging or painful. Maybe a conflict with a friend or a family member. A situation with your job or life that you're unhappy with. Don't worry about finding the perfect issue to work with. Or anything that you don't want to deal with right now. Just any issue that involves you and some amount of suffering can work for this practice. And now just breathe as you bring the situation to mind. Think of all the things you typically think about this issue. All the stories you tell yourself. How it makes you feel. And now imagine that you become a bird. You can see yourself fully as a bird. Your feathers, your beak, and your feet. You're calm and attentive. You can see everything clearly. And now, lift off. You're flying through the air, and you begin to circle above the challenging situation. You can see it clearly from above. see all the parts and all the people involved. And as a bird, there is no judgment. There's no need to fix anything in this moment. There's only attention, compassion, clarity. Circling above, you can see the role that you played in making this situation happen. And you can see the roles that others played. You can see how the environment and other social factors played a role. You can see where you have control over the situation and where you don't. And as a bird, you can even pull out the different thought patterns, like straw for a nest, and look at each one. Is that thought true? Can you absolutely know that it's true? Or could it be part of a dream? And if it's a dream, can you let it go? Allow yourself to wake from it. Again, there's no judgment. Only compassion and clarity. And now, as a bird, you're flying back towards your body, feet landing on your chest. The bird now disappears in a flutter of feathers. You're back in your body. Feel it making contact with surfaces, other parts of your body, your clothing, the air. Notice all the sensations, all that you can feel. Your visual field still present even behind your eyelids. And as you listen to the music, and as you move into the rest of your life as it unfolds after this moment, maybe see where you can identify where dreams are encroaching, and maybe where you want to be more awake. More lucid. Maybe all the places you still just want to dream.